Hey guys, how we doing? Welcome back to another episode in my Football Manager save. This is episode number 23, and today we've got a special in-depth look at the save where we're taking a look behind the scenes of what's going on with Cardiff City Football Club and also what's going on around the world in the save as well. If you just want to come back for the season open, that'll be out tomorrow morning, so if you're not really too interested in what's going on around the world, then feel free to skip this video and the new season will start tomorrow morning. But for those of you that are curious as to how things are going on under the hood, if you will, then stay tuned. Lots to show you today, and let's get straight to it. And I thought we'd start today's special in-depth look at the save off with a look at yours truly. Although, again, as I mentioned in the series opener, my eyes, I don't know what's happened there. I really don't. Like, my left eye, fine. My right eye looks like Glenn in The Walking Dead after Negan's had his way with him. I don't know what's happened there, but it's popping out of my skull. But look at myself, and you can see what's happening with yours truly here. As you can see, my coaching license now is a National A. I got that during this season, and I'm studying for a Continental C license now. Of course, I normally start off with either no coaching qualifications at all or the lowest one you can get, and the stats that I've got right now, my coaching and mental, are on the screen for you here. Of course, as you improve as the years go by and your coaching qualifications get better, you get points allocated to your coaching and your mental side of the coaching ability here. I've said before, I wish you could allocate points yourself. These come on randomly. I wish you could allocate points yourself. Of course, in the save, we've got a great sort of philosophy right now, bringing through young players. I'd like to allocate points to the working with youngsters stat and also to the goalkeepers as well, because I used to play in goal, but it comes on randomly. But that's how I was looking regardless, and also my career stats are down the bottom right for you there. We played 125 games in the save, and we've only won 40. Not great, my win percentage isn't the best, but it is improving year after year. And also my contract right now, I signed one during the season. It now runs out in 2 years' time, and I'm on 30 grand a week as well. Lovely. But of course, I am just one man. I can't take all the credit for Cardiff City's success. I owe a great deal of our fortune to our coaching team, who have been fantastic day in, day out since I took over. I don't know what I'm talking about. Anyway, our coaching team I'll show you next. And as you can see, we've got 12 coaching team members right now. We've got the best attacking coaches in the division, the best mental coaches in the division, and the best technical coaches in the division as well. Is it? Yeah, it's 12. We've got 3 fitness coaches, 1 goalkeeping coach, though James Lehman is also taking goalkeeping duties as well, and also 5 general coaches as well. I mentioned before, coaching is one of the most underrated parts of FM. You've got to make sure your coaching team is really good, because the better they are, the better your players can develop, and it's pretty much as simple as that. Of course, the facilities help a lot as well, but your coaches need to be good, and I really like the coaching team we got. We improve it year after year, and that should be improved for season 4 as well. Whenever I get new coaches in, I tend to look for specialists as well. Some people like to have like a balanced coaching staff who can do every single role, but I like to have like a specialist in every single area. So you can see here what we got is an attacking coach, someone that's good at attacking. That's Dennis Burkamp and Claudio Bellucci. Defending coaches, that's Richard Naylor and David Weir. Then fitness coaches, we've got 3 fitness coaches here. So you can see I look for specialists in one particular area. I've always found that's the best way to wield positive results for your players' development, and so far so good, can't complain, right? So yeah, the coaching team is looking really good, and I'm liking what we got. We did lose Yaya Toure, by the way, midway through the season. Toure left us to join Middlesbrough and manage at the Riverside Stadium, but I love that coaching team, man. Burkamp, Weir, Henrik Larsson, my right-hand man, is fantastic. But as for our recruitment team as well, this isn't that good, I gotta be honest. Our scouts aren't really looking the best right now, and I think it's because our scouts' wages, we can't offer that much, and therefore can't attract the best scouts. At the moment, we're actually below average in judging player potential and judging player ability as well. So in Season 4, I'd like for Vincent Tan to let us give more money to our scouts and get some better ones in. And as for our physio team, that's much better. 4th in the division and 2nd for sports science as well. And our medical team, much, much better. Also, a real brief look at our team, and this is the side we have ending Season 3. Obviously, for next season, we'll be losing Joe Bennett. He's off to Norwich. Obviously, Vardy's going back to Leicester after a successful loan spell with us this season. Silva is out of contract. I'm not sure I'll give him another 1-year extension. Undecided on that. And, of course, Ryan Tunnicliffe's going to leave come the end of the season as well. So that's our team. Right now, so the dynamics as well. The team cohesion is good. The dressing room atmosphere is very good. And the managerial support is excellent. That's fantastic to see. Right now, there are 4 issues at the club as well. Sean Morrison wants to leave. That's totally fine with me. Morpie needs to leave. That's totally fine with me. Morera, I'd like to give this guy more minutes, but of course Onana is our number one, and he'll probably leave come the end of the season. And also Latif says he's been treated unfairly too many times by the manager. Suck it up. But also the hierarchy of the club as well. The team leaders, of course, are our top three. Johnny Evans. Oh, there's a change there. Johnny Evans, our vice captain. Victor Camarasa, and of course David Silva as well. But Morrison, our captain, has dropped from a team leader to a highly influential player. I think I'm going to sell him in the summer because I don't think the captain really justifies the armband. Now, these are our influential players and our other players of the club as well. And as for the social groups right now, there are 3 splits, and you never like this. Now, for those who don't really go into the dynamics side of the game, I love the dynamics, by the way. It came to FM last year. I really love this. It's so fantastic. For those who don't really go into this, basically you have a core social group, a secondary social group A, a secondary social group B, and then if you have one, an others group here. So there can be 4 splits at any one time. What you want is all of your players in the top group and in one group on its own. When you've got splits or multiple splits, that's when it becomes a little bit concerning for you. So what we want is everyone in the core social group and everyone in one WhatsApp group, as we call it. But right now, there's 3 splits, and that's not good at all. So moving on to our club overview, and as you can see, our reputation is now 3.5 stars, so it's gradually improving year after year since we've taken over. And as for the favoured personnel, Smithies, our player of the year, has now dropped off it, which is probably the right decision, but Jason is the only player there, and no one's made onto the icons list or the legends list since we took over, but Jason will be there come the undersave, trust me on that one. And as for the facilities of the club as well, we did improve our training facilities during the season. They jumped up from very good to excellent, and our youth facilities are great. Is it great or very good? I think it's great and then excellent, but they jumped up to excellent regardless, and our youth facilities are great as well, so that's good to see. And of course, no plans to build or buy a new stadium right now. We do sell out most of our games, but I'm fine with the capacity as it is. And as for the finances of the club as well, our bank balance after this last season, a fantastic record high for Cardiff, has jumped up to a £49.4 million. And as for our income, it's looking like this for those that like to dive into the finance section, and as for expenditure, it's looking like this. As for our wage expenditure, it didn't really jump up that much from season 1 to season 2. It sort of remained around the same sort of level, but from season 2 to season 3, look at the spike there. That's about £180,000 extra a week spent on player salary and wages per week with Cardiff. But again, we spent the money and we got the return, right, with the finish we had last season, finishing in 7th place. And just for those curious about that as well, of course, if you missed the season finale, you would have missed a cracking into the season where Vardy scored a stoppage time winner to guarantee 7th place finish. Of course, we were talking about how the blue highlight was still on 7th, despite the fact that Bournemouth won the Carabao Cup and therefore qualified for the Europa League. Well, actually, the blue highlight has gone, but now the EC that wasn't previously there is there. So the plot thickens. I mean, we've lost the blue highlight, but we've added the EC. We've continuously got messages in our inbox saying we qualified for the Europa League, but I still don't know whether we've done so or not. It's bizarre, but I guess we'll find out heading into season 4. But we still don't know if next season we'll be playing European football or not. I guess we'll have to wait and see. And as for the confidence right now, you can see the board are absolutely loving me managing the club. I wonder how long that's going to last. They say they feel I'm doing an unbelievable job, and I'm clearly putting a smile on the face of every single supporter. Long may it last. Let's hope so. And my confidence now is 92%, untouchable. You got to love that. And I love looking at the confidence section and seeing what areas I'm improving on and what areas I'm sort of like, underperforming on. Right now, my club philosophies are considered irrelevant, which is good, because there's only one, which is to play attacking football, which we're not currently doing that much, and our tactics are the only one, which is under 50%, which is 45%. That's probably right as well, because my tactics so far still aren't the best, but every other category, I'm either being I'm at the border of delighted or satisfied or pleased or very pleased with my performance so far. So that's what's going on behind the scenes of Cardiff City, how things are getting on with the club. And now I think to end today's episode off, what we'll do is we'll look around the world and see what's going on in the other competitions. We'll start off with the domestic competitions though, and what's going on in the FA Cup, the Carabao Cup, and also the lower leagues as well. Of course, as we know, Chelsea won the FA Cup this year, beating Manchester United on penalties. They won 3 of the last 4 FA Cups as well, the Blues. Very impressive. And as for the Carabao Cup, as we know, Bournemouth won that last year, and the last 2 years are won by Manchester United and Arsenal as well. As for what's going on in the lower leagues. We're right now in the Championship. As you can see, Aston Villa beat Burnley in the playoff final. They're up to the Premier League, as are Swansea City. So look forward to some South Wales derbies next season. Super excited for that. They won the Championship, and Stoke finished in second place, so they bounced right back up to the Premier League. As for League One, this is how the table's looking here. There we go. Gillingham won it. Hull finished second, Coventry finished third, and those are the bottom four. And as for League Two, that is how League Two finished as well. Lovely stuff. And as we go around the world, we'll take a look at the top 5 leagues in the world according to competition reputation. So starting off with La Liga, where as you can see, Real Madrid were crowned champions this year. They won it back-to-back in the absence of Cristiano Ronaldo. As for the Serie A, that was won by Lazio this year, breaking up Juventus, who've only won it one time in the last 3 seasons. Pretty interesting indeed. The Bundesliga, that was won by Bayer Leverkusen this season. Again, very interesting indeed. Bayern's dominance finally over, as Bayer Leverkusen were crowned champions by 9 points. And as for Ligue 1 as well, we don't have that loaded, but you can see it was won by Monaco this year as they beat Paris Saint-Germain, finishing third with Lyon as runners-up. We may as well do some others as well whilst we're here. Russian Premier League won by CSKA Moscow this year. Portuguese League was won by Porto. It's pretty much always Porto, Benfica and Sporting as the top 3 pretty much every single year in Football Manager. No change here. The Ukrainian League was won by Dynamo Kiev this year. The Turkish League was won by Galatasaray this year, Besiktas last year. The Belgian League was won by Club Brugge this year. And as for the Dutch League, we're done with this one. That was won by Ajax, who won it the past 2 years in a row. And as for competition reputations right now, you can see what leagues are considered where in terms of rankings in worldwide reputation. And I suppose a quick look at the SPL as well for my Scottish fans out there too. You can see that Rangers were crowned champions of Scotland this year, ending Celtic's dominance after 9 straight league titles and winning their first one since coming back into the top flight after all those years. Of course, Brendan Rodgers in real life got a lot of flack in midweek for joining Leicester. Celtic wanted 10 in a row, and in the save, Rangers stopped that by preventing them from getting 10 straight. And as for the Champions League as well, we'll quickly do that, and also the Europa League as well. The Champions League this year is going to be won by either Barcelona or Atletico Madrid, an all-Spanish affair. Paris Saint-Germain finally captured that elusive CL title last year, and City won it in the first year of the save. And as for the Euro Cup, as it's called in Football Manager, there we are right there. It was won by Manchester United last year, and they might go back-to-back this year in an all-English affair as they'll take on Chelsea, and Arsenal won it the previous year as well. It's all England in the Europa League the Europa League at the moment. So let's hope it's all Wales next year, right? And as for the World Cup, as you can see, it will be hosted by Qatar next year. It's really interesting, but in Football Manager, every single year I've done an FM save for the past 3 years, the World Cup 2022 has always been taken away from Qatar and given to somewhere else. However, this year, it stays with Qatar, which is interesting. I'm surprised it always got taken away as well, because it will be hosted in Qatar, everyone knows that. But yeah, it always got taken away for some reason, and there you go. And as for the European Championship, I showed you that at the start of the season, but that was won by Spain. They beat Sweden in the final by 2-1, and that's what's going to be going on in the international tournament. And also, let's do the African Cup of Nations as well, where there will be an African Cup of Nations this year. Senegal won the last one. That was back in 2019. So last thing I want to show you is the best players in the world list according to valuation. Right now, Neymar is the most valued player in the world for Paris Saint-Germain. Right now, not a real surprise with those phenomenal stats. Mbappe is second on the list, also of Paris Saint-Germain. And Dybala, who now plays for Real Madrid, is third on the list as well. So that is basically all I wanted to show you for the in-depth special look at the save. So thank you very much for watching, guys. I hope you have enjoyed it. And if you did enjoy an under-the-hood look at the save, then please do drop a like. I'm starting to slur my words. This is never good. This happens when I get nervous. Thank you for watching, though. And why am I getting nervous? I do FM episodes almost every day. It's just because it's a different one, and now I'm starting to struggle with what I want to say. Oh, I just want to stop now. I don't know why I'm getting nervous. My heart started going, and I'm just starting to laugh a little bit. I don't know what's happened. I think I need to lie down, to be honest. It's Friday night, right? It's really late. I've had a couple of glasses of rosé. I need to lie down, I think. So we'll end it there, guys. Thank you very much for watching the special in-depth look at the save. If you've enjoyed them, please do drop a like. Don't forget, we'll be returning with the start of Season 4. The new season begins tomorrow morning around 10 to 11 a.m. UK time. Look forward to that. It's going to be fantastic, where Cardiff will either be in the Europa League or not in the Europa League. We still don't know. know. Hopefully it will be though, and season 4 should be great, and I'll be playing through the whole of the summer transfer window today. So follow me on Twitter at DocLanders if you don't already, and I'll provide you a few updates here and there as to what's going on throughout the summer window. So thanks for watching, guys. Have an awesome weekend. Much love to you, and I will see you for the new season, season 4, beginning tomorrow morning at around 10 to 11 a.m. UK time. Much love. Bye now. Bye. Oh dear.